Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed House Bill 1152 into law this year, aiming to boost the supply of affordable housing by allowing homeowners to build ADUs. The law goes into effect in June, and while it does not apply to smaller towns, it does in cities within the state's 5 metropolitan planning organizations, which include Colorado Springs and Pueblo. The new law does away with limitations on ADUs that are present in many Colorado communities, which, for example, require the owner live on the property, that the ADU has a dedicated parking space, or that it meets a minimum square footage requirement. The bill loosens those restrictions statewide, allowing landowners more elbow room to build additional housing. Colorado Springs City Planning Director tells us that 60 ADUs currently exist across the city. To comply with the state law, the city now has to update its ordinance by next year. News 5's Peter Choi shows us why people have mixed responses about the proposed changes.
Then you run into an issue with access if there's a fire.
That what-if question has always been a concern on homeowner Tom Helger's mind because of what he calls an eyesore outside his bedroom window.
With people using that.
For the last 2 years, he's been dealing with this accessory dwelling unit, the second living area built on his neighbor's property.
Weren't even comfortable having our shades open on this side of the house when there were people up on top of the ADU.
The City Planning Commission has recently reviewed the proposed ordinance. Its recommendations are to keep only 1 ADU per lot and to regulate the height and square footage. Short-term rentals or Airbnbs are not allowed.
Especially in the old established neighborhoods and the historic neighborhoods such as Old Colorado City, where I live, and I think those need to keep the character that they have.
Now, this accessory dwelling unit is built this year. It took about 6 months or so. I spoke with the owner of ADU Builder Company. He tells me the proposed ordinance is a great opportunity to provide more housing options for the city.
We've got something modern that integrates a lot of the same elements from the existing property.
The owner of Stream Home ADU Builder Company says lifting some restrictions to build ADU is necessary.
It's no secret. You can talk to any young person. It's a struggle to find housing here in the city. And so we've got units, like this one where we can open up opportunities.
Helger says he understands the importance of having more affordable housing options, but he says the proposed ordinance could be a snowball effect. He now wants to know if the city has plans for enforcement. So I asked the city.
If they built something that did not meet the current code, we would do the same sort of action. We would file a zoning complaint and take whatever actions are appropriate.
Gotcha. Meaning like fine you were talking?
Could be fines, could be, a stop work order.
The Colorado Springs City Council will decide the final details of a proposed ordinance in January, with a possibility of being able to bring back the idea of allowing 2 ADUs per lot if necessary.
Ideally, I would just like them to keep the current laws in effect.
In Colorado Springs, Peter Choi, News 5.